Tea time. Did you hear the story about the pilot in training who was facing 20 years in prison? This is Duncan, and back in 2020, he decided he wanted to do something extra special with his life. He decided to sign up for aviation school, and he was so proud of himself. The day after he took his first flight, he got a phone call from a friend of his who was an accountant. And his friend told him, hey, I have an opportunity for you. There's a loan that you can sign up, and it can help you with the rest of your businesses if you get approved. And he was like, okay, if you know best, just let me know what I need to do. About a week goes by, and he hears back from his friend who tells him that he didn't get approved for the loan. And he was like, that's okay. I'm still becoming a pilot, so I'm going to focus on that. A year later, he's at home chilling when there's a knock at the door. It's the FBI, and they tell him that he's being arrested for fraud. He's trying to figure out what they're talking about, and they ask him, did he apply for a loan back in 2020? And he was like, no. And then he remembered, yeah, he did apply, but he was denied. And they told him that was a PPP loan. And not only did he apply, he was approved. He doesn't know what they're talking about because he didn't get any money. He ends up spending 8 hours in jail. When he's released, he immediately goes to find an attorney. As he worked with his lawyer, he discovered that when he sent his friend his personal information for the loan, his friend applied for the loan, and when it was approved, his friend diverted the funds to his own account and told him that it was denied so that his friend could keep the money. Although he didn't authorize any of this, he was still liable for fraud, and his lawyer told him that he could face 20 years in prison. His lawyer advised him to plead guilty, but he was like, but I didn't do anything. And his lawyer said, it doesn't matter. Your name, your information is on there. You're going to be found guilty anyway. Do it without going to trial. He was distraught, but he followed his lawyer's advice and he pled guilty. As he awaited his sentencing date, he still didn't feel right about it. He kept talking to his lawyer, telling him, hey, look, we gotta find some loophole. We gotta find a way to get me out of this. His lawyer said, there's no way to get out of this. So he decided to do some research on his own. He went through the law books, he read on past cases, and he found that he did not have to plead guilty, that there was reason for his case to be dismissed. He showed all this information to his lawyer, and his lawyer said, no, I'm not gonna change your plea. He fired his lawyer. He decided to represent himself when he went to his sentencing. And as he stood before the judge holding the evidence in his hand, he didn't know if he should say anything at all, if it would work, but he decided to speak up. He handed the notes to the judge and asked him to review them. After reviewing all of his notes, the judge looked at him and said, okay, I won't sentence you to any jail time. I'm gonna give you probation. This man successfully defended himself in court without a law degree and walked away free after facing 20 years in prison. You never know what you can do when you believe in yourself. I'm Te-Erika with the T. Follow for more.